Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the boys from Convoy, Dustin and Jonathan. How you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. We unfortunately need to talk about the Federal Reserve, right? The Federal Reserve, like it or not, is really driving the market, right? They have clearly come out and said inflation is a problem. We need to raise rates. They've clearly communicated that we're going to get a 50 in June and a 50 in July. I think there's huge questions about September. Do we do another 50? Do we do 25? Or do we pause and do 0? The reason I want to talk to you guys about this is I think that decision impacts rates because I don't think the market has priced anything in yet. And it really could have an impact on, frankly, the stock market and people's wealth. We could have a negative wealth effect and all of this stuff. So I think September is important. Do you guys agree, disagree? What's going on in this world?
I think September is probably, if we're talking about the last year, the last two Fed raises and everything, everyone's kind of been scared of those two. I think September is kind of the one to really be like, oh shoot, what's going to happen? Kind of that anxiety. And I think that's the only thing, Dustin and I have kind of been anxious about is what's going to happen in September, because every day it looks like, there's new headlines. Feds are going to do this. Feds are going to do that. I saw 0.75 at one point, then went to 5, and then, it's like different sources are saying different things. Right. And then the only thing that we can do is speculate. So, it's, with us trying to look out for our clients and trying to get the best deals for our clients in the non-QM space and the QM space, it's, we know that we have to kind of be forward looking. They look to us for that kind of information. And, right now, more than before, it's been really hard to kind of foretell because, like you said, if that September, whatever happens, hasn't been priced in.
Yeah. And the reason this is important for folks that don't understand the non-QM space, this is my opinion, not yours. So please correct me if I'm wrong. But the non-QM space, unlike the QM space or what others might call traditional mortgage rates change several times a day, a little bit, but several times a day. The non-QM space is frankly rather boring, except on days it moves. Because when it moves, right? We're not talking a little, 800s. We're talking a quarter, a half or more. So that's why it's important for anybody who's looking to get non-QM, like in LLCs or, debt-based or whatever it is. If you're in a deal now, I think you need to be reaching out because, again, something else in the non-QM space is typically rate locks aren't very common. And if they are, I'm going to guess they're expensive because of those changes. So if you're an investor, you're in a deal, you're getting great deals, writing great offers, but you need non-QM lending, you probably have a little bit of window where rates will be flat. Again, nobody's crystal ball works, but it's all about September, right? Everybody is priced in June 50. Everybody is priced in July 50. At some point, people will start pricing in September, and it's going to be between 0 and 50. And based on that choice, the non-QM space may get one of those one-day adjustments. So I'm telling my folks, if you have a deal in place or you want to get qualified and you need non-QM, you might want to reach out earlier rather than later is kind of my advice. What do you think?
Definitely. And I mean, a big part of this too, like we kind of touched on it last time, but we're seeing a lot of clients come to us with non-QM deals that aren't as good as they can be, right? Like they have quotes from other companies already. And obviously everyone has different access, right? The only reason Dustin and I have better access to is, we're owners of the company. So it's, we get a little more leeway, but, but a lot of other just loan officers, they can't offer, sometimes they're restricted. So, just have us quote it out, have us take a look at it, just do kind of like a free little quick 10-second look, and we'll let you know, hey, we can either get you a better deal or, hey, you're getting a great deal right now.
We can't compete with that for whatever.
In that case, we're not gonna do anything. But yeah, the rates are gonna continue. Like everyone that thinks that rates are gonna drop back down on the non-QM space to like the 4s, it's just not gonna happen. Wall Street's not buying it, and Wall Street are the buyers of these loans, and they don't want anything under right now. I think they don't want anything under a weighted average coupon of like 6.
Yeah. I hope people are hearing that, because I think there's a lot of hopium There's a lot of hopium in the stock market. There's some hopium in real estate as well, that rates are going to magically go down and asset prices are going to go up. Folks, let me just tell you right now, the Fed has identified inflation, and inflation includes asset prices, right? They are going to take companies out. Go back and watch video 1 where we talk about quantitative tightening and the fact that there's going to be a lot of zombie companies sold or go to zero. We're not going to get rates back in 4, at least not in the short term. Could we end up in a nasty recession and have to cut rates again? Sure. But that's quarters from now. We have to make decisions today. And as you'll see in video 3, I don't think investors are taking advantage today. I'm going to talk about what I'm changed in my business. And I want my investors and followers to write better and better deals. The motivation from sellers has changed. Buyers have disappeared. It's time to get aggressive. But along those lines, you got to realize if you need a non-QM, right? Again, very boring, except on days that it changes. And when it changes quite significantly. So if you got a deal today and you need non-QM, get in early, right?
It'll change in a direction that'll probably make you frown.
Yeah, it'll be not good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good, Mike. Oh man. So anything else going around the Fed? I mean, I'm guessing you guys don't see the Fed cutting rates anytime soon.
Definitely not. I mean, it's clear their path and what they, want to do. It's not going to be anything that's downward, but going to be upward, but it's just at the pace that they, wish to go based on their view of if our economy is ready for that type of shock. But
yeah, I got a little good news for you. James Bullard, probably the biggest hawk on the Fed. He actually did talk about cutting rates in 2024.
Oh. What's that?
Gotcha.
That was good. That was good. What's funny is, I mean, I think people kind of see the minimal moves and of each time the Fed moves the rates, but Powell has made it clear, like at the beginning of the year, hey, the goal is 200 to 225 basis points by the end of the year, or was it 250?
250.
250. Yeah, he's pretty
and
much.
We're at 75. There's only so many days left. Like
exactly. Yeah, we're already halfway done with the year. Right. The next, and so it's like, what's going to happen? How is he going to fill in the remainder of that? And, obviously, if you do the math, that's a huge shock. Huge shock.
And I would argue it again. I did a whiteboard session on the economy. I think they got to get to 3% Fed funds. And if you do the math on that, that's 50s the rest of the way.
Jeez.
Right. Yeah. So have fun with that, everybody. But again, what I would tell people is the real estate market is changing. We are having a crash in transactions, which as an investor, I am so happy about because my competition is going away. Rates are going away. And as an investor, I only need to know the cost of capital, which I can get from you guys. And I write great deals. And if my cost of capital goes up, I have to write better deals, which means cheaper. So this is a lot of fun. So if somebody wanted to get a rate quote or look at what you guys offer, how do you want them to reach out?
Email privateclient@convoyhomeloans.com or go to our website and fill out the online portal. Let us know that you are coming from ORAT.
Yep. And when you do that, folks, you get Justin or Jonathan, not somebody else. So They'll take care of you. I guess you get Dustin. Thanks, buddy. Take care.